You thought the drama was over, but we're just getting started because what happened at Papoose and Claressa Shields' so-called private wedding was straight out of a Tyler Perry meets Zeus Network fever dream. There was a flying wig, a screaming Remy Ma, and a groom who was frozen like Elsa at the altar. Now let me ask you this. What do you get when you combine a championship boxer, a bitter ex, and a wedding that wasn't supposed to go public? There was enough tension to shut down all 5 boroughs of New York, but the worst part is that Remy Ma didn't just crash the ceremony. Instead, she dragged Claressa in front of the guests as if it were a WWE main event, and Papoose, bro, stood there like his Wi-Fi was disconnected. Let's go back in time to this messy fairy tale, shall we? This story doesn't begin with once upon a time, but rather with Remy Ma not being on the guest list. Imagine a dimly lit ballroom tucked away in the hills just outside of Atlanta, with candlelight flickering, violins playing, guests whispering compliments about the bride's dress, and everything looking too perfect. Keeping close to the bride was none other than Claressa Shields, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and recent reality TV firecracker, and the groom, Papoose, the self-declared king of loyalty. So we thought, let's talk about why this wedding was kept a secret in the first place. According to The Street, Claressa didn't want any outside energy, which translates to keep Remy Ma far away. But honey, this isn't just any ex-wife. This is Bronx royalty who walked out in heels and a recording contract. I intentionally forgot to keep it from her, and let's just say Remy didn't take it well. She arrived without warning, without an RSVP, without any calm energy, just red heels, a trench coat, and a mission. According to witnesses, she walked past security, told an usher, "Don't touch me. I got history with the groom," and stormed into that ballroom like it was the final round of a rap battle. Claressa was mid-tasting, with a champagne flute in her hand, raising applause, and then the music stopped, turned heads, and one bridesmaid whispered, "Oh no, she's here." Before you call this over the top, let me clarify that a video that was leaked online after being removed from TikTok for graphic hair trauma shows Remy holding Claressa by the lace front and yelling, "You thought I wouldn't find out." Guests rushed to record from behind the centerpieces. But the worst part is that Papoose didn't move. That's right, the same man who once rapped, "I'll never let them disrespect my queen," just stood there frozen-mouthed. It was like his soul left the building. He was buffering in real life. One of the guests told our team, holding the ring box slightly open as if it were evidence in a criminal case. However, Claressa, who is, let's not forget, a trained fighter, didn't even swing. Instead, she stood there with her wig in one hand and her pride in the other, whispering to her maid of honor, "Get my purse or maybe get my gloves." Additionally, there was no security because, in typical event chaos, they were reportedly on break. An insider claimed the team had left the building to enjoy the vegan buffet. This is where it goes from drama to dark comedy. One guest, who is allegedly Papoose's cousin, claims that Remy didn't even yell after the wig snatch. Instead, she just raised her glass, looked around the stunned room, and said, "To loyalty, may it rest in peace." I mean, Shakespeare who? The guests were stunned. One woman fainted. Another attempted to live stream the event, but discovered her phone was still in selfie mode. And Claressa's sis had officially entered the 5 stages of grief: shock, denial, anger, bargaining, and of course, dragging someone later. But wait, this mess wasn't finished marinating. Just when you think it can't get worse, Remy pulls out a manila envelope. What's inside? Oh, just some light paperwork, allegedly DMs, screenshots, hotel receipts. Basically, welcome to the Proof Olympics. A guest in the second row claims that Remy waved the papers and said, "You've been sneaking around since last August. You told me it was about boxing. You didn't say it was this kind of ring." With that, the room erupted in laughter. Let's pause once more because this was the tipping point. It wasn't just about a wig anymore. It was about betrayal timelines. A man who promised 2 women they were his forever, and the worst part, It was all unintentionally live-streamed by the wedding DJ who forgot to shut down his Twitch channel. The video was posted to Instagram before Claressa could even straighten her edges, and it was reposted by Shade Room, Lipstick Alley. Yes, it was a phony Twitter account posing as Remy's chihuahua. Just as Remy was about to leave, flipping her hair like a curtain call, Papoose finally blinked. Let's talk about that blink, because after standing motionless like a wax figure at Madame Tussauds, Papoose finally awoke from his shock trance. However, rather than rushing to break up the altercation or comfort his new bride, he did something that made the entire ballroom gasp more loudly than Claressa. When her wig was lifted, he approached Remy. An anonymous guest who claimed to have lip-reading experience from watching a lot of reality TV said, "I told you I wasn't ready. They pushed this wedding without me." Well, wait a minute, they pushed the wedding. Whose is it? Claressa, her team, her manager, her hairstylist, and the wedding planner. Rumors have been circulating for weeks that Claressa was hurrying the timeline, trying to lock it down before more drama involving Remy. The manila envelope that Remy dropped on the floor was leaked, and it turns out that this secret ceremony may not have been as reciprocal as those gold-plated invitations suggested. Yes, Papoose picked it up, but instead of giving it to Claressa or throwing it in the trash, he held onto it as if it were a lost diary of the truth. Meanwhile, Claressa stood there, one lash hanging loose, trying to make sense of what had just happened. The bridesmaids were in ruins, and someone from the groom's side yelled, "This is why you don't do backyard weddings with industry people." In the corner, the violinist quietly packed up, whispering to himself, "I played for this." Then in the middle of a $60,000 reception hall, one of Claressa's cousins, let's call her Candra with the curls, lunged at Remy Ma. Oh, you thought it was over, baby, but turned into a full-on Bronx versus Flint showdown. Remy said, unfazed, sidestepping as if it were staged, and clapping back, "Touch me, and I'll drop more screenshots than an Android user." Iconic. Security finally arrived 40 minutes late and panting, attempting to defuse the situation, but let's face it, it's impossible to defuse a Remy Ma entrance. A bottle of Fiji water. At this point, half of the guests had left the cake unfinished, and the DJ continued to play Beyoncé's "Best Thing I Never Had" on repeat, like it was a breakup anthem sent from heaven. And let's not forget the press, because by the time the video of the wig snatching hit the internet, it was already over. Wicked Out weddings and memes were going viral faster than the drinks were going down. Remy truly said, "Speak now or forever snatch this lace." Her boo watching his entire reputation vanish in a single blink. Claressa trained for fights her entire life, but neglected to teach her guests. Then came the fake texts. Oh, you know, those screenshots that purportedly showed Claressa messaging Papoose while Remy was still living in the house. Another thread that said Claressa had a burner Instagram where she used to like Papoose's pictures prior to the divorce being finalized. And the most damaging of all, a purported direct message from Claressa that said, "She won't be around forever. Let me show you loyalty." Yikes. And while the internet was pulling people in all directions, Remy Ma disappeared. She left the wedding like it was a scene from a scripted exit, hopped in a black SUV, and allegedly rolled out a wig in her hand without bothering with the edges. Sources claim that she didn't go home, but a valet worker said that Remy's driver took a detour to a hotel only 10 minutes from the venue. Guess what hotel this is? It's the same hotel where Papoose and Claressa were supposed to spend their wedding night. Hold on, what are we talking about? It's a post-wedding confrontation, secret meeting, and reconciliation attempt because what happened next shocked everyone. That same night, Remy Ma shared a mysterious Instagram story with just a black screen and the words, "Truth always wins in the end." To give you the details, the comment section went crazy. People pleaded for receipts, fans flooded her direct message, and even Cardi B commented, "Darn, sis, now I need popcorn and a therapist." Papoose, that man, went completely silent, posting no updates on Instagram, tweets, or interviews. Just one eerie image of him sitting alone on a bench in black and white the following morning, with the caption, "Sometimes silence is the loudest truth." Sir, if that's not a confession, we don't know what is. But don't go anywhere because we're not done. The next day turns the scandal from shocking to career-ending. Let's fast forward to 24 hours after the wedding disaster, and believe me when I say that calling it a disaster is being kind. The internet went into full-on CSI mode, analyzing every angle of the leaked footage as if it were a Kennedy assassination tape, with memes going crazy, wig jokes being everywhere, and Remy Ma trending #1 globally for all the wrong reasons, or perhaps the right ones, depending on who you ask. But the real story starts the next day after, when Claressa Shields goes live on Instagram in tears, complete with makeup, a hoodie that was not hers, and the caption, "I didn't deserve this." Let's break down what she said. First, she confirmed that the wedding was real, stating that legal documents had been signed. She also claimed that she and Papoose had been privately engaged for months and had chosen a secret ceremony to protect their peace. Claressa also claimed that Remy had been harassing her for weeks, sending cryptic texts and even showing up at her gym without warning. That's when things got legal, and halfway through the live show, Claressa's manager joined in and dropped the bomb. A restraining order and civil damages against Remy Ma for physical assault and emotional distress. Yes, you heard that right. A lawsuit was officially on the way, and it didn't stop there. Her team said they had surveillance footage from the venue's exterior cameras showing Remy arriving with a duffel bag of intent. Now, what exactly is a duffel bag of intent? Well, according to their words, it allegedly contained a folder full of receipts and a satin drawstring pouch specifically designed to hold the wig she took. If you're going to crash a wedding, at least do it with accessories. The internet was officially divided into factions. Team Claressa was the victim, and Remy went too far. Team Remy handled it like a true queen, and nothing says closure like wig removal. Team Papoose, bro. But then came the twist that no one saw coming. Someone leaked the prenuptial agreement. Yes, someone in Papoose's circle was obviously tired of all the drama. Now that it's public, everyone wants answers. Papoose is still silent, but paparazzi saw him walking into a Manhattan studio by himself wearing black sunglasses, head down, hoodie that read, "Love is a battle." This juicy little PDF outlines exactly what Claressa would be entitled to if the marriage ended within 90 days. And guess what? She had everything to gain: luxury cars, a condo in Miami, and royalties from the Black Love brand. Yes, the same brand Papoose co-created with Remy. While everything was going on, Claressa fulfilled her legal threat by completing the necessary paperwork and going to an exclusive interview on The Karma Always Comes Back Around. The lead statement from The Breakfast Club reads, "That woman tried to humiliate me, but I just didn't expect her to wear red heels that were of premium quality." And then there's Remy Ma, Queen of Chaos, Empress of Emotional Warfare, and now the star of a brand new docuseries. Yep, sources confirmed Remy had been working on a documentary for over a year, unbothered. The Remy Ma story. And now producers were reportedly rushing post-production so they could include the wedding footage as the season finale. One insider even leaked a voice note of Remy allegedly saying, "I didn't crash the wedding. I walked into my closure, and whether or not a wig was required. Enter peace, if you will." Your Honor, iconic. So what happens now? Well, the legal wheels are turning. Remy's team says they'll fight the lawsuit, calling it self-defense of emotional space. Claressa's PR team is working overtime to clean up the image and Papoose. Let's just say we've been checking for signs of life. But wait, it gets deeper in the final twist of this mind-melting saga. A leaked voicemail from Papoose to Remy hit the blogs. In it, he allegedly says, "I never stopped loving you. I just stopped knowing how to express it." Now that alphabetical slaughter has been adapted for violin, the internet is only using one query. Was that a wedding or a reunion in disguise? Because with a manila envelope in hand, a wig in hand, and the entire world watching, Remy Ma didn't just ruin the wedding. Instead, she turned it into a televised TKO. And to be honest, we're still recovering. So after everything we saw, the wig snatch, the silent groom, the broken vows, and a lawsuit in heels, we have one question for you: whose side are you on? Was Remy Ma out of line, or did she do what most women only dream of doing when their ex tries to slide into a new forever with a gold-plated guest list? Was Claressa an innocent bride caught in a Bronx storm, or was it a planned event that went awry? But let's face it, it wasn't just a wedding, it was a battleground, complete with floral arches, monogrammed napkins, and the fallout. Oh baby, it's only getting started. Now it's your turn to share your best thoughts in the comments section. Team Remy, Team Claressa, or Team I came for the memes? Like the video, subscribe. Papoose, how did your loyalty end up being more lost than your facial expression during that entire wig-snatching showdown?